Hello everyone, welcome to Santosh Sir classes, and in this video I will be giving you a few important questions of MMPF 002, and the students who are doing MBA from finance, so this video is going to be very important for them. Now this is the study material which I have prepared for you, particularly for this TE December exam. And let's see a few important questions right away. So from unit 1, nature of long-term financial decisions. You should know what is the nature of financial decisions, and how the nature of financial decisions, the different types of nature of financial decisions. Basically you have to describe these three: investment decisions, financing decisions, and dividend decisions. So this is the main scope of financial decisions for any financial manager. And you can also describe the relationship among these three type of decisions. The next topic that you should revise from here is wealth maximization and profit maximization objectives. And basically these two objectives are the main motto of every financial management, because profit maximization, as we know, profit is very important for an organization, without which it cannot run smoothly. And besides that, there are few limitations of this profit maximization goal, which you can also revise. Some cardinal principles of financial decisions are there, like strategic principle, optimization principle, risk return principle. This is the third principle, is the most important one. And some more are there, like marginal principle, suitability of principle, then flexibility and timing principle. So I have written it very short so that you can easily understand and elaborate your answer. Okay, the next topic is time value of money. As we know, with the increase in time, the value of time, the value of money also increases. So you can get a numerical from here also. So you have to learn this formula FV, that is future value is equal to present value into 1 plus I whole to the power of n. So इस न्यूमेरिकल के ऊपर आपको मिल सकते हैं न्यूमेरिकल्स, तो इसको आपको रिवाइज करना है फॉर द एग्जाम्स. द नेक्स्ट टॉपिक इज बेसिक फैक्टर्स इन्फ्लुएंसिंग लॉन्ग टर्म फाइनेंशियल डिसीजंस. जब कोई कंपनी लॉन्ग टर्म फाइनेंशियल डिसीजंस लेती है तो क्या फैक्टर्स उसको कंसिडर करने होते हैं. So these factors can be divided into two types. One is external factors and internal factors. Internal factors are well beyond the control of a company, and external factors, they depend on the government policies and all these things. So easy hai, not very tough. From unit 2, it is cost of capital. And सबसे पहले तो आपको ध्यान में रखना है what is this cost of capital. And जो दिखता है like cost of capital, it is not like that. It is a little bit different, because it is the minimum rate of return that a firm must earn on its investment so as to survive in the market. Then the next topic is components of cost of capital. ये कुछ कंपोनेंट्स हैं, यहाँ पे 4 कंपोनेंट हैं. एक तो रिटर्न एट जीरो रिस्क लेवल, सेकेंडली परचेजिंग पावर रिस्क, देन मनी रेट रिस्क एंड लिक्विडिटी रिस्क. तो इसको आप डिफाइन कर सकते हैं. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस देयर आर डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ कॉस्ट ऑफ कैपिटल जो आपको याद रखने हैं फॉर द एग्जाम. अगेन हियर 4 टाइप्स: एक्सप्लिसिट कॉस्ट एंड इम्प्लिसिट कॉस्ट, एवरेज कॉस्ट एंड मार्जिनल कॉस्ट, फ्यूचर कॉस्ट ऑफ कैपिटल, एंड स्पेसिफिक कॉस्ट एंड कंबाइंड कॉस्ट. तो ये चारों कॉस्ट ऑफ कैपिटल आपको याद रखने हैं अलॉन्ग विथ एग्जाम्पल्स. कॉस्ट ऑफ लॉन्ग टर्म डेट, एंड लॉन्ग टर्म डेट में प्रेफरेंस कैपिटल का वैल्यूएशन, इक्विटी कैपिटल, how you will value the both these sources of capital, raising money, very important for the exam. Then comes the third unit, capital structure decisions. And as we know, this is again a very important decisions taken by the financial management. And capital structure, basically it refers to the mix of different sources of funds that the company raises for its business. एंड ये कुछ फीचर्स हैं जो एक अप्रोप्रिएट कैपिटल स्ट्रक्चर में होने चाहिए, लाइक इट शुड बी फ्लेक्सिबल, इट शुड बी प्रॉफिटेबल, इट शुड हैव सॉल्वेंसी एंड इट शुड बी कंट्रोलेबल, दैट मीन्स अंडर द कंट्रोल ऑफ द मैनेजमेंट. द नेक्स्ट टॉपिक इज थ्योरीज ऑफ कैपिटल स्ट्रक्चर. ये 4 इंपॉर्टेंट थ्योरी हैं, वेरी पॉपुलर वन, जो कैपिटल स्ट्रक्चर पे हम लोग पढ़ते हैं. पहली है नेट ऑपरेटिंग इनकम अप्रोच, शॉर्ट में NOI बोल सकते हैं इसको. ट्रेडिशनल अप्रोच है. थर्डली नेट इनकम अप्रोच NI एंड मोदिग्लियानी एंड मिलर अप्रोच. तो ये चारों थ्योरी को आपको डिस्क्राइब करना है along with its assumptions and limitations. Okay. The next topic that you should revise, factors influencing pattern of capital structure. So when a company designs its capital structure, so what factors it should consider? These are few important one, like size of the business, then the nature of business or form of business, nature of business enterprise, stability of the earning, age of the company, purpose of financing, the market sentiments. So ये कुछ important factors हैं जो कंपनी कंसिडर करती है. कुछ और भी हैं लाइक क्रेडिट स्टैंडिंग, पीरियड ऑफ फाइनेंस एंड लीगल रिक्वायरमेंट्स. ओके, आगे चलते हैं. रेलिवेंस ऑफ डेट इक्विटी रेशियो इन पब्लिक एंटरप्राइजेस. एज वी नो कि डेट capital is more important than equity capital, and when it comes to public enterprises it is very important one. So every company, every firm has to select a proper ratio of debt and equity. Okay, unit 4 के तरफ चलते हैं, प्रोजेक्ट प्लानिंग एंड फॉर्मुलेशन. तो एज वी नो कि कंपनी बड़े प्रोजेक्ट अंडरटेक करती है, एंड सबसे पहले तो ये नेचर ऑफ प्रोजेक्ट क्या है इसको आपको इसके जो इम्पोर्टेंट फीचर्स हैं, तो ये सारे फीचर्स हैं जो आपको याद रखने हैं फॉर द एग्जाम. एंड क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ डिफरेंट प्रोजेक्ट्स. कितने टाइप के प्रोजेक्ट हैं, लाइक अकॉर्डिंग टू द टाइप ऑफ एक्टिविटी, अकॉर्डिंग टू लोकेशन, अकॉर्डिंग टू टाइम, ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ ओनरशिप डिफाइन कर सकते हैं, ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ साइज हम लोग कंसिडर कर सकते हैं. So there are different bases on which we can divide the project. Okay. Then comes the project cycle, life cycle. इसके ऊपर आपको मिल सकता है short note. So be very particular. Then how will you plan the project? When you have undertaken the project, how you will plan that? तो सबसे पहले होता है कि overview रखना है. I mean make a overall plan of the project. Then what are the different types of objectives that you are going to get? Then general approach, contractual aspects, जो agreements बनते हैं different parties में, so that has to be taken into account. Schedules, resources necessary to carry out the project. Then personnel, like the people who are required to complete the project. इवेल्युएशन मेथड्स यूज करने हैं, कौन से मेथड्स यूज कर सकते हैं टू इवेल्युएट द परफॉर्मेंस ऑफ द प्रोजेक्ट. देन पोटेंशियल प्रॉब्लम्स. सो ये कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट्स हैं जो आप हाईलाइट कर सकते हैं इन योर आंसर. द लास्ट टॉपिक ऑफ दिस यूनिट, द वर्क ब्रेक डाउन स्ट्रक्चर एंड लीनियर रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी चार्ट. तो इसके ऊपर भी आपको एक शॉर्ट नोट मिल सकता है इन द एग्जाम. यूनिट 5 में चलते हैं. इन्वेस्टमेंट अप्रेजल इवैल्यूएशन क्राइटेरिया, हाउ यू विल अप्रेज, हाउ यू विल इवैल्यूएट एन इन्वेस्टमेंट. तो इसकी नेचर ऑफ कैपिटल बजटिंग, देन इवैल्यूएटिंग इन्वेस्टमेंट प्रपोजल्स, व्हाट आर द डिफरेंट मेथड्स थ्रू विच यू कैन इवैल्यूएट. ये 3 इंपॉर्टेंट मेथड्स हैं, लाइक पे बैक पीरियड, अकाउंटिंग रेट ऑफ रिटर्न ARR, एंड डिस्काउंटेड पेबैक। सो ये इन तीनों मेथड्स के एजम्पशंस, एडवांटेजेस एंड लिमिटेशंस, तो ये आपको रिवाइज करने हैं फॉर द एग्जाम। ओके, देन कम्स द डिफरेंट मेथड्स ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट अप्रेजल। अगेन दीज थ्री आर देयर। नेट प्रेजेंट वैल्यू मेथड से हम लोग अप्रेज कर सकते हैं, प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी इंडेक्स मेथड जिसको हम लोग पीआई मेथड बोल सकते हैं, एंड इंटरनल रेट ऑफ रिटर्न, that is IRR. So these are very popular methods of appraising a particular investment. Okay, one difference you can do between NPV and IRR, and let's see, let's move on to the next unit, unit 6. देखते हैं कुछ important questions इस unit से आपके लिए, and unit 6 is on project implementation and control. Okay, how you will implement the project and how you will have a control on the activities of the project. So सबसे पहले तो project control का definition, the different types of control activities that you can exercise on the project, and the different control processes जो आपको undertake करने हैं, and how you will design the control system. So that is also very important for a financial manager. Okay, unit 7, social cost benefit analysis, and सबसे पहले तो इसकी definition आपको याद रखनी है. Then the different types of social cost benefit analysis, like I have written here 4 types: ex ante, then ex post, in media res, then a comparative social cost benefit analysis. So these are 4 different types of cost analysis. Then we have the different steps, how you will implement the project. तो सबसे पहला है, ये बहुत important question भी है, define the policy, then identify the which section of the society is going to gain from this project and which section is going to lose. And then you have to identify the cost and benefits of the project. Then you have to predict the impact of the project on the society, on the nation, on the firm as a whole. And step 5 is to monetize all the impacts, how you are going to monetize. Then calculate the NPV of the project, future value, how the company is going to gain from there. And then you have to do a sensitive analysis of the performance. Okay, now comes to valuation methods of the project. So we can use these 4 methods while evaluating a particular project. So correcting market price, then revealed preference method is there, stated preference method, and benefit transfer method. So these 4 methods you need to learn for the exam. Okay, let's move on to unit 8. Unit 8 is investment decision, risk and uncertainty, part 1. Now this is very important question. CAPM, that is capital asset pricing model, its assumptions, its formula, how you are going to calculate, and other methods are also there, like this arbitrage pricing method and net present value method. From net present value method you can get a numerical on this, so be very particular, know the formulas well and practice. Unit 9 is on project evaluation under risk and uncertainty, and you should know like the concept of risk, like what is risk and what is return, and these are the different sources of risk that can arise for a business. The business might face from the market risk. There may be some changes in the interest rate, so that is also one of the risk. There is always a risk swinging on a company about inflation. There are some business risk are there, like seasonal fluctuations are there in the demand and supply. Financial risk is there, management risk is there. If any of the managers and the key decision makers, they do not work honestly, so that arises the risk. Then some liquidity risk is there with the cash positions of the company. Some type of social risk may also arise from the project, so that has to be also analyzed properly. Then comes the different types of risk. Now basically these two types of risk are there, systematic and unsystematic. And again, systematic are classified into 4 different types of risk, like interest rate, market, exchange rate, and political risk. So, and you can also learn this difference between systematic and unsystematic risk. Okay. Then comes risk versus uncertainty, how they are related with one another. So this is again an important question. This is the concept of return, the different types of return which are calculated in a firm. Okay, Unit 10. Unit 10 is on financing through domestic capital market, and here you should know what is this capital market, what are the different functions of capital market. हम लोगों ने इसके बारे में पढ़ा भी है क्लास 11, 12 कॉलेज में कई बार, so not a unknown question. And you can also learn the difference between capital market and money market, primary market and secondary market, very simple. Then the different methods of procuring finance, how a company can procure finance. So first one is public issue, which is the most important source of raising finance. And these are the different ways by which we can procure public finance. The first one is by issuing equity shares. You must learn its advantages and disadvantages. The second method is right issue. So a company can also raise finance from here. The company can raise finance from placing its stock or securities with the private placement. Preference share is also one of the very important method of raising finance. It can issue warrants for raising finance. Debentures is one of the very important debt source of finance. Bonds, again, these are also very important one. The company can raise finance through public deposits. It can take loan from commercial banks or any other financial institutions. Then it can also get finance from venture capitalists. So these are different methods, very important question for your exam. Okay, the next one is the stages in financing process. The first one is the early stage and then the later stage. So, when a company raises finance, so how the stages work and what are the problems that a company faces during these stages. So you must highlight in your answer. Unit 11 is on financing through global capital market, that means foreign finance. And these are the different sources of global finance. The first one is foreign bond market, from where a company can raise money. Then foreign equity market is there. This is also a very good source, very lucrative source of finance. It can raise finance from foreign banks. Project finance is there, by they can be financed by the foreign individuals. So euro currency market is there. From here also a company can raise finance. And the next topic is raising of foreign capital in India. So from here, from this concept, you should learn about eligibility, like who can procure this issue and its limits, and pricing. Then comes external commercial borrowings, how a company can borrow finance from other commercial borrowings. And this FDI is again a very important source of finance for every country, in fact, I will say. So this must be learned properly. Then we have some portfolio funds, because portfolio is a combination of different funds. So a company should create a very attractive and profitable portfolio for itself. Unit 12 is on other modes of financing. From here, non-traditional sources of long-term finance. this one, leasing and hire purchase, then suppliers credit, asset securitization is there, and venture capital. So these 4 types of non-traditional sources of long-term finance which are always available to a firm. Okay. Again, non-traditional services for short-term finance, and from here a company can raise finance from commercial paper or factoring services. Okay, let's move on to the next unit. Unit 13, capital restructuring. This is also very common topic in finance, and this is the meaning of corporate restructuring, its main objectives, so that has to be kept in mind, and dimensions of restructuring, like these 4 dimensions are there: finance, technology, market, and organization. And about financial structuring, what is this financial restructuring? You should also learn about the concept of mergers and takeovers. This is becoming very popular nowadays with the companies, and the different types of mergers that the company undertakes, like this horizontal, vertical, conglomerate, and market extension, product extension. So there are different types of mergers. So you must revise all this. Then formulating merger and acquisition strategy. How you will do that? How a company approaches or what type of strategy it frames while merging with other companies. So this question also needs your attention. Then some guidelines for takeovers. This also you can revise for the exam. You can get a short note on this. This is also very important one, and these are all for short notes, like buyouts and financial reconstruction. So these questions often comes in short notes. Okay. Unit 14 is on financial engineering. You should know the meaning of financial engineering first. I have written here, and the different factors contributing to financial engineering. So these things, these are all the factors, a long list of factors before doing financial engineering. So they all work very well. Okay, fine. The last unit of this particular subject, investors relations. And when a company have a lot of investors, so they have to keep a good relationship with all these investors. So all these steps should be taken, like secure board commitment. Then you should have a investor relation team that takes care of the investors, and you should have a identify the future and current investors, and you should also determine the investment propositions and select the appropriate communication tools with the investors. So my dear friends, these are few important questions that I am sure if you can revise this, you can score good marks. And if you would like to buy my study materials, you can message me on the WhatsApp number which will be provided in the description box of this video. So thank you very much for watching this video, and a very best of luck for the exam.